We had planned to stay a week in Lupron, but the Armada will regulate when they feel it's safe to let you leave based on the sea state. We wound up staying 3 weeks, but wound up meeting great friends and really got to know the town and the locals. On April the 8th, we left with 3 buddy boats headed for the Mona Passage in Puerto Rico. The Mona Passage was pretty uneventful, with only about 3 hours of rough seas, and we made it to Puerto Real on the 11th. We stayed several days in Puerto Real, where we celebrated Barry's birthday at a local pizzeria, ordered our Starlink before we headed out a few days later down the coast. Our next stop was Bahia Bioluminescence, where we explored the mangroves, a small beach, and enjoyed seeing the water sparkle and dance that night. I didn't get any video of that, but it was really beautiful. Our next stop was Gilligan's Island, which is actually just a nickname. Its real name is Cayo Aurora. It's a small mangrove island off the coast of Puerto Rico, with crystal clear waters great for snorkeling. We spent the day exploring the island and headed to Ponce the next day. Ponce is a large city on the Puerto Rican southern coast, also known as the Pearl of the South and Museum City. It was founded in 1692 and was Spain's capital city of the southern region until 1898. It's not uncommon to see horses roaming the streets freely. Cayo de Mortes is translated in different ways, but is commonly known as Coffin Island. It's an uninhabited island just off the coast of Ponce, Puerto Rico. It took the Spanish government 7 years to build the lighthouse, which was finally completed in 1887. During the 19th century, the island was a hideout for Puerto Rican patriots who sought independence from Spain. It was also a secret meeting place for Masons who were being persecuted on the mainland. In 1883, writer Robert Louis Stevenson was inspired to write the novel Treasure Island. Hurricane Maria in 2017 and the earthquakes of 2020 damaged the island and its structures, halting its tourism by ferry. You can still visit the island by personal boat and enjoy its beautiful waters and hiking trails.
Stuff away and check out for the day. There's no time to waste when it's 100 degrees. Burns under my feet. Won't you have a drink with me?
We left Coffin Island and made our way to Salinas. After spending a few days settling in, we hopped in rental cars and headed to Old San Juan for the weekend. We walked the historic city with its brightly colored buildings and visited 2 forts. There is so much to see and do in San Juan. Old San Juan is an islet that is connected to the mainland by 3 bridges. It's one of the most popular cruise destinations in the Caribbean and most visited in Puerto Rico. Staying at the San Agustin apartment made it easy to visit all the surrounding attractions and have a safe, clean place to rest each night.
party in the streets and the city's on fire. There's a party in the streets and the city's on fire.
If you get a chance to visit Puerto Rico, I highly recommend visiting the El Yunque National Forest. It's nearly 29,000 acres and located in the northeastern region of Puerto Rico. It's the only tropical rainforest that belongs to the National Forest System. It's noted for its biodiversity and is home to thousands of native plants, including 150 fern species and 240 tree species. We visited here years ago on a cruise excursion, but having our own vehicle let us visit places at our own pace. The forest is spectacular with its lush vegetation, beautiful flowers, and waterfalls. The average temperature ranges from the low to mid-70s, with February being the coolest month. After a long day of hiking through the forest, we found this cute little restaurant to have lunch. Later that night, we had a delicious dinner at Laddie's while watching the sunset over the ocean. On our way back to Salinas, we stopped for breakfast, and our waitress told us about an amazing singer that she had sang with in the past. He just happened to be at our marina singing that night, and he is evidently a big deal in Puerto Rico. We were super excited to have Starlink waiting on us when we got back to the marina. It is such a game changer in the cruising lifestyle, and I highly recommend it. Our next stop was Cayo Icacos, which is a very popular hangout with the locals. The next day, we decided to hang out on Indigo Lady for a day of snorkeling using their 4-person hookah device. It floats along with you for endless exploring. I don't think you can really see it on the camera, but I was trying to catch all the little floating jellyfish. Another spot and another day of snorkeling, but this time Barry and I got out our scuba tanks. Barry found and caught by hand this massive pregnant female lobster. All of the red that you see are her eggs. So after a quick photo op, she was safely released. Everyone loaded into Indigo Lady and we moved around to Culebra Beach for the day. We live on a monohull, but having friends with catamarans is great for hanging out with all the extra space. The white sandy beaches and crystal clear water were spectacular. The rusted tanks in Flamenco Beach were previously used as a U.S. Navy weapons testing ground during the Vietnam War. No former base was created on the island, and by 1970 the locals had began to protest the use of the island. The Navy had cleared out by 1975, leaving tanks and gear in their wake.
Come on back up here to get wet.
It's running. That was a little one.
Yeah, wait a minute, wait till it.
Oh, I will.
This should be a good one coming up next.
Hold on, let me have something to hang on to.
This should be a good one.
Hang on to Barry. Now I can see Barry.
I'm good.
Back up.
There you go. All right.
After a beautiful ride back to the main town, we rented golf carts to explore the island. We hit up several restaurants, including the Dinghy Dock, with delicious food and seating right by the water.
Every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. want everything here, at least to stay alive. And the time that we share makes it all worthwhile. Got this place on our own. Do you feel that we got something strong?
Our next anchorage was Charlotte Amalie St. Thomas. Luckily, there were no cruise ships in that day, allowing easy access to the whole town, but a lot of the shops were closed for that very reason. Christmas Cove had great snorkeling and the famous pizza pie boat.